What is up, everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at Monsters and Mortals Blood Orc. Monsters and Mortals Blood Orc is a tower defense game set in a orc-infested world, I do believe. I'm going to have to thank the developers. They did send me a copy of the game to play and review. Also, they sent me 2 additional copies to give away to some people, so if you want to participate in that giveaway, I'm going to tell you how. Go down to the comments, make sure you are first subscribed, comment your Steam name, as well as your favorite dinner. Gotta know your favorite dinner. If you don't tell me your favorite dinner, you can't participate in the giveaway. I've got 2 keys to give away. If you're in my Discord, which you can also join down below, you get 2 entries into the giveaway. So there you go. If you don't want to join it, you don't have to. You still get 1 entry as long as you're subscribed and you comment. But if you go down to the Discord and join that, you'll get 2 entries. That's gonna do it for that, though. Let's jump on into the game and check it out. I believe it releases on the 7th, so tomorrow, and I think that's when the keys become active. So I will give you guys a couple days probably to put stuff in.
The world was once a savage and violent place, where even survival of the fittest was a lie.
It's a
place where everything fought everything else, and everything died. And when the Sundering exiled us from our ancestral home, everything turned upon us. But dwarfs are resilient. Through strength, faith and artifice, we drove the monsters back, claiming Avalion as our own. We tried to teach the primitive thinking creatures of civilization and society, of science and technology, but their minds were shut. Either too bloodthirsty or too simple to understand. They fought us tusk and claw, until they could fight no more. They retreated back to the wetlands that they seemed to favor. Useless to us, we were happy leaving them wallowing in their disgusting infested mires. That was until he appeared. Rising in the east, bearing powerful arms and armor that rivaled our own. He exerted an uncanny influence over Avalion's savage denizens. Even the unruliest monsters yielded in his presence. He did not stand on ceremony, making no demands, threats or any indication as to his purpose. He simply brought death. And so we called him Blood Orc. The war against us was as brutal and merciless as his name suggests. Driving us west, back to the mountains. Our end, it seemed, was nigh. However, in a last desperate bid for survival, we all gathered. Every single one of us. Strong, frail, healthy, sick, young or old. It did not matter. An entire civilization marched together. We engaged the enemy upon the border of our ancestral home. A last defiant stand. The battle was a war by itself. Ceaseless and enduring. Hours became days, became months. The death toll was incomprehensible. Whilst so many fought and died, others, our most skilled artisans, had been tirelessly working, creating the instrument of our salvation. And finally, from behind the bones of our fallen, rose a structure tall and wide, strong as Avalion herself. Our bulwark. A towering cliff, upon which the enemy's waves would forever break. We succeeded, but the cost was terrible. And it changed us. We have become solely dedicated to the wall, our savior and slave are both. Engineers make up the bulk of our failing population now. Technology advancing solely to protect the border. From birth to death, we are fully beholden to it. Entire lives dedicated to its maintenance. Just to survive. Just to defy the one who still dreams of our annihilation.
Mortals and Monsters, Blood Orc. Interesting choice on the voice acting there. Obviously, if you don't want to pay for a voice actor, and they are 2 new developers, I believe, so if you don't want to pay for a voice actor, use the auto. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll do the voice acting if you guys want me to. I got you. Click for intelligence reports. Okay. Let's see. What's this? Incursion. Still have nightmares about that day. We were just a small engineering company, a contractor delivering basic parts for the bulwark's upkeep. neither ready for nor equipped for what we found. We saw the smoke first. That wasn't unusual. Day in and day out, for centuries, in the fast-breeding goblins had died in their thousands trying to burn our foundations, with nothing to show for it. You'd think such cowardly creatures would cower under the shadow of our guns, but a greater terror drove them. Yet this time was different. We all knew it. Smoke, blacker than night itself, was not letting even the smallest wisp of light penetrate its roiling, corpulent darkness. We were just too proud and too arrogant to admit it, dismissing the deathly chill rising in our bones. So sure were we of our ancestors' craftsmanship, but denying the truth does not change it, and upon cresting that accursed hill, all hope was torn from us. Cold and unthinking, we gazed frozen by the horror in front of us, a breach in the unreachable, a break in the unbreakable, a hole in the line. Moments felt like lifetimes as we stood there, unable to act. Even my aunt, bravest dwarf I'd ever known, stood still. The fear was shattered, not by her, but by, of all people, my uncle, meekest of dwarves. This nervous little intellectual, so weak and frail of body, roared out a command powerful enough to shake the foundations of the earth itself. Within moments, he had us operational again. What's done is done, he said. For now, we just have to do whatever we can. That means saving the people of that camp. The breach is fresh and the cannons still fire. Only the enemy's first lines, those sacrificial goblins, were piling through. And we would make the most of it. Let's go. This game is split into two phases, the build phase and the battle phase. In the build phase, you prepare your defenses against the incoming waves, construct your maze, and build towers. In this mode, you will receive a full refund of the gold you invested when you sell the towers. See the enemy's planned routes of attack. You only have one build phase at the start of the game, so plan your defenses wisely. In the battle phase, you face off against the enemy's assaults. You can no longer modify your maze, you can still build and upgrade towers, but the gold you receive from selling is reduced. You receive gold from killing enemies and destroying gold drops. The toughest enemies reward more gold. You also gain access to powers that allow you to directly influence the tide of battle. To traverse the map, you can use WASD or the right thumbstick, or you can use click on the middle mouse button. Base. This is one of your bases. It must be defended against enemy attacks. There can be multiple bases to defend on a single level. If you lose the game if any of your bases are reduced to 0. Each base's HP is shown in the health bar below it and the information panel on the left side of the screen. You can quickly jump to and cycle through your bases by using by space or the left bumper. Gold panel. The amount of gold you have to spend, earn more gold during the battle phase by killing enemies. Okay. Walls do not cost gold to build. Pathing balls. These show the enemy's paths. Their routes update in real time as you change your maze. There's one set of balls per enemy spawn. Okay. Next. Build phase. Your walls require a strong foundation. Stones like these indicate the area where they can be built. Right click by or the B button to open the menu. Balls button. Clicking this changes the number of pathing balls that spawn from 0 to 3 times as fast. These wall buttons activate wall buildings. You may choose either horizontal or vertical orientation. However, the only difference is aesthetic will produce the same mazes when used. Clicked in the build phase and begin the battle. Oh my. The only thing I would say is instead of giving tips like this, if you wanted to have like a tutorial phase, like this works, right? But if you wanted to have a tutorial phase where the game's going, so you want your people to be able to get into the game, right? So you get them in the game and you give the tutorials as something would come up, like, you know, like you load in and they give you like the little spiel, and then you're like, oh, use WASD or scroll to move around the map, and then like, oh, you're gonna put walls, blah blah blah. Oh, you put that wall in the wrong place, destroy it, you know, etc. Things like that. Destroy the wall, clear the wall, delete all place walls, place wall pieces. Okay, yep. Maze design. The longer it takes the enemies to get your base, the easier it will be to win. Try to create a maze that will maximize the distance. Yep. Building and selling. To build a type of tower, select the broken tower base, then choose the type you want from that menu. To upgrade or sell that tower, select it in the appropriate button. Please note you only receive a full refund of gold if you spend on the tower if it's sold in the build phase. Yep. Powers are going to be able to start the battle. Power selection. Press the bombard to charge of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You can use the mouse to select them, or the game bar. The bombard power is especially going to be used multiple times in quick succession, is the only way to destroy goblin bomb wagons and gold drop crates. It's limited number of charge or charge after a short delay. Okay, so if we see like, this is a perfect example. When a goblin bomb wagon or gold drop crate came by, you could be like, use your bombard. It's the only way to destroy it. We can upgrade powers, right mouse button. It usually just deselects. Okay. Special units. Bomb wagons are fast to suicidal vehicles that are full devastating explosives. They can only be destroyed by 20 hits when the bombard power. If destroyed early, they deal damage to nearby enemies. Gold drums. These supply crates small enough, so they can only be destroyed with 3 hits with the bombard power. Okay. Flyers target the yellow circles on the ground to hit them with their powers. Bosses. Some units are many times more strength. Okay, they're bosses. Waves. Tech and waves. Yep. Following the campaign after you successfully complete the Bombard is this, okay. So we got little guys coming in. What's your guys' range, I wonder? It'd be nice to see like a little like circle around it to show the range. That'd be pretty cool too. And maybe, I don't know, some games release it later where you get the ability to speed up, but in tower defense games I love being able to speed up, so. There we go. So that's how that works. Easy enough. Because like this is a long time to wait. You're about 45 seconds in before you even start shooting at them. About 40 seconds in before you even start shooting at them. Definitely want to do that. I mean, I guess you could do this, but like, you don't want to waste them in case I don't know when a suicide bomber is going to come, right? So like, I could do that, but then like if a suicide bomber comes, then it would be really bad. Oh, here comes another one. I mean, the first level, it's pretty basic. It's a pretty basic tower defense game. I'm sure it expands as you go. I like tower defenses. There's definitely a few things that I've seen that I've mentioned that I think they could improve upon. But you definitely need to be able to speed up the game. It's just something that tower defenses need to have. Otherwise, they're just, in my opinion, they're not that fun. Like, nobody wants to go super slow. And I don't know how the programming on all that works and everything, but if it's easy to do, definitely do it. Definitely do it. Coming in. I like how they fall though. It's kind of upgrade. There we go. So and it shows the upgrades. That's really nice. I like that it shows your upgrade. That's really good. Really solid way to do that. Some games don't show what you upgrade into, and that's annoying to not know like if it's worth it to do it or not. Like, because this goes from 26 to 28, and it goes from 5 seconds to 2.85, so that's huge. It's like almost halving it. Whereas this only goes from 2.85 to 2, which is still good, but it's probably better to upgrade this one as the second one than to upgrade this one again. Okay, so now we have 2 firing at 2.85 instead of at the 5 that they were firing at. Much better. All right, wave 1 done. Easy peasy. Final wave. Oh, click here to start next wave. Beautiful. We have 50 gold. We could upgrade Bombard if we wanted to. It's 350 though, so we can't actually. I wonder if it's going to show us any of the special guys that you're supposed to come in. Maybe. Could upgrade this, but I'm more concerned about keeping these upgraded, so I'm going to probably not upgrade this one. They're coming. The orc quarter's coming to check them out. Or the goblins. Yeah, these are like the little goblin dudes, that's right. Look at the little creepy dudes. It's made by 2 people, I do believe, by the way, so... Give them some props for, I mean, in the first place, making a game is impressive to me. I couldn't do it. So there you go. I like that there's an active thing to do every once, like with the powers. Having something active to do in tower defense games is nice, because otherwise you're just sitting there a lot of times, which a lot of people like that, and you could probably do that for the most part in this one if you didn't care about the extra stuff, other than the suicide bomber guys. But yeah, a lot of people get bored playing tower defenses because you're just sitting here after you place your towers and you're just like twiddling your thumbs hoping everything goes well. Being able to have some influence over the game is nice. Like, I could shoot my bombards at these guys obviously if I needed to, if I felt like I needed to. You're doing great. Slowly getting close to enough money to upgrade the next one. 300. We definitely should be able to do at least one. Because we'll have plenty of money from these guys very soon, actually. Here it is. And are you're at your max upgrade? Nice. Okay, so there is a max upgrade. There you go. Good to know. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get any suicide guys in, so I'm gonna start using my bombard. Does it automatically refill 10? It does. Yeah, because I'm assuming they'd have been in this group if they were coming. So, bombard being used for murder raiding now instead. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does what it needs to do. They might squeeze through. I don't know. They're getting close, aren't they? Could you shoot the ones closest to you, please? I don't know why they're targeting the ones that aren't important. Maybe that's just how the auto-target works. I'm not sure. Go away! Almost enough to upgrade the next one. There it is. Alright, beautiful. Being able to upgrade again was probably for the best. We could have upgraded Bombard too if we were really concerned. But I don't think they're gonna make it. There's a long distance to go before they get there, so. We got them. Nice, look at that. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright, what happens now? Teach me. Victory. There we go. Oh, beautiful little victory screen. I love it. I love it. Little clapping the beer together. Beautiful. We can click for an intelligence report if we wanted to. Now we got access to a gun tower. Cool. Check it out. Incursion. Still have nightmares about that day. We were just a small engineering company, a contractor. Wait, we saw the smoke first. Is this the same one? No. We were still a small engineering company on a contractor delivering basic parts for the bulwark's upkeep. Neither ready nor equipped for what we found. We saw the smoke first. That wasn't unusual. Day in and day out for centuries, the fast-breeding goblins had died in the thousands trying to burn the foundations with nothing to show for it. You'd think that the cowardly creature cower. Oh wait, no, this is the same thing. Night the truth. It's not? So we all know the smoke blacker the night itself was letting even the wisp of light penetrate its rolling. Yeah, no, that's the same. The fear shattered. Oh, we're supposed to go here. Oh, retreat. Okay. Thanks to our efforts, we just escaped their death trap, but the sheer volume of goblins forced us all to west, dashing any hopes of reaching the other outposts. We fled deeper into our homeland for days, never stopping, desperate to outrun the tidal wave of green careening over after us. In our flight, we discovered that communications were down. Backlash from the breach had knocked out countless relay stations along the way. It was only then that we realized we might be the only ones who knew about the invasion. Our survival became more than just a matter of self-preservation. We had to warn the king. We had to do a small supply depot, but it was known to house munitions for the Bulwark's army and maintain direct communications to the capital, or so we thought. However, what we found was a lone caretaker at her wit's end trying to repair countless systems damaged by the backlash. Just how devastating had the chain reaction been? We were shocked to find the Dwarven-built infrastructure was so fragile. Where were the fail-safes? Our ancestors must have been ashamed. We needed to press on, but even the legendary endurance of dwarves has its limits. We were exhausted and had to stop. Then at dawn of the next day, we heard them barking, howling, threatening. The goblins' dreadhounds had come for us. Hungry and gleeful, we armed ourselves with what guns we could from the depot stores and prepared to face it all together. up the game. You need a way to... I think the tutorial should be a little bit different. You shouldn't bombard players with that much information at the same time. You should give it to them over time when they need it. And yeah, I mean, other than that, those are the two main things that would make the game go way better. It would just be so much better. And don't judge the game crashing here. I'm playing on a pre-release build, so there's bound to be things wrong with it. But like we said at the beginning, there are 2 copies of this game that we'll be giving away. Down in the comments, make sure you're subscribed, comment your Steam name, and your favorite dinner. I'd like to see your favorite dinner. If you join the Discord, and let me know your Discord name in the comment as well, you can have 2 entries. Same for anybody who's already in the Discord. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you've got anything to say, go to the comments below, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscription button and the bell. If you want to see more, check out this video down here. Thank you so much for watching. Peace!